We humans need entertainment in our daily activities, and now, thanks to technological advancements, video games and movies are a testament to our vast creative side. Gamic vision is just one of the parts of video games and certain films. But what is it? As we look into Alexander R. Galloway's exploration of the origin of the first person shooter, we come to understand that looking through the character's eyes is the central theme. He gives many examples of different films without discriminating between genres or even the decade of release. Galloway points out in the film Lady in the Lake, nearly every shot in the film is shot as if it were from the eyes of Mallow. One could argue that we do not inhabit the character in the film, as it is a mere POV shot. Claire Matthews counters this argument by using the film Being John Malkovich, where she states there are numerous scenes with subjective shots representing a character transported through a portal temporarily to inhabit the body of John Malkovich. Although it may not be the actual spectator, we still get the impression of inhabiting a character's body. Going back to Galloway's quote, another perfect example of a film in which every aspect is shown as if seen through the eyes of the character is Hardcore Henry. This film, made by the Russian director Ilya Nylisha, depicts a visual experience similar to playing a first person shooter game, but highlights the missing aspect between gamic vision in films and in video games. In video games, especially first-person shooter games such as Call of Duty, Counter-Strike Global Offense, and Rainbow Six Siege, we attain the same point of view shot or perspective. Still, the more considerable difference is that the spectator becomes a player, a crucial part of gamic action. Gamic action is customarily described as occurring within a separate or semi-autonomous space that is removed from normal life. Galloway explains yet again. The player or operator, as Galloway calls them, must engage with a machine and the code. It's outputting on the display and the use of a mechanical language that can be inputted by using the grammar of action, or for a more straightforward term, buttons on a controller. In this diagram, we can see how the machine, or a video game console, communicates with the operator through a display, which is typically a monitor or a screen. The operator receives the information from the machine and then uses an input device, such as a controller, to give commands by using the grammar of action to send back to the machine the actions it would like it to perform. The complex code, with all the inputs actioned by the operator, will then determine the progression of the game's story, depending on the objective or decisions taken by the operator. We understand the slight difference between gamic vision in films and video games, where spectators cannot interact with the film. However, we are made to feel part of it as we see through the eyes of the character, but we still lack that ability to interact with the environment or the story. Video games have a system that requires the player to progress and function. However, if there is no input from the player, no predetermined action can be put into effect, which would not enable progression in the story. We remain on the fact that in film, the spectator, even if seeing through the eyes of the character, is unable to control the actions, unlike in games where you can choose what to do. Surprisingly, we have received new examples that hold the power to decide what action to choose within a specific moment in a film. Netflix has created multiple interactive shows where spectators are given the storyline in the way of a movie, but at specific points they will be given a choice to interact with the story, offering two options to choose where to go and what action to execute. Each action can affect the storyline, giving the spectator a different ending, similar to an RPG game or role playing game. In conclusion, Gamic Vision illustrates the relationship between spectators and narratives in film and video games. Conventional movies provide a more passive form of entertainment, where viewers watch events unfold from the character's point of view without any influence over the outcome. In contrast, video games offer an interactive experience that empowers players to shape the story through their decisions and behaviors. Alexander R. Galloway's analysis emphasizes the significant contrast and immersive quality of gaming, captivating players more substantially. Moreover, the emergence of interactive storytelling, as exemplified by Netflix interactive shows, bonds the boundaries between film and gaming, providing the viewers with the opportunity to influence the plot's trajectory.